Hey guys, I'm Geek. In this video, I want to share a hands-on look at a new alternative controller for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, of course, if you've been following my channel, you know that I always complain that the Nintendo Switch has no ergonomics whatsoever because it has no grips whatsoever. That's why in my channel you see that I always am looking for alternative options when it comes to Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch 2, right? But this company, Abxylute, actually came out with a new product. It's called the Abxylute N6. They also have another one which is called the Abxylute N9C, but this is the N6. This is going to be on Kickstarter starting today. And keep in mind, they just sent me this. This is an early preview of the product. This is not a review for this controller at all because this is basically, it says a prototype, but this is what we are getting. And there it is. Look at that. And of course, this is not the official packaging also. So when you receive this, the packaging obviously is going to be very different. This has no instruction manual because it's not the official. It came with this cable. I don't know if the normal one is actually going to come with this cable or not. Maybe not, because the purpose for this cable, like you see, this side is like this and the other side is like that, is for updating the controller. So right now, for example, if I need to update this, I just go like this, right? And I hook this to the computer and I just can update the controller like that. So I don't know if I got this because this is a prototype, so I can apply updates, or maybe you guys are actually going to get it like this on the final product. I don't know. But this is how it looks. Like, see, you got the actual normal D-pad. You have tactical buttons over here. You got the shoulder buttons. Keep in mind, a lot of these things are actually going to be updated. Like, for example, they told me that the shoulder buttons are actually going to be updated so they're not noisy like the way they are here on the video. And I think also the vibration is also going to be updated. But let's go and show you guys how it works. So, of course, you're going to have to take off the Joy-Cons. There you go. And this is going to slide in. The cool thing about using this type of controller is that this does not need power whatsoever. This has zero power. And there is no pairing. There is no charge, so you don't have to charge these. You don't have to put them on pairing mode. You just plug and play, and that's it. So this is how it looks when they are connected to the system. And in the back, like you see, it adds very, very awesome ergonomics. So obviously, it's gonna feel a lot more comfortable. The rear buttons are, of course, customizable. And this is how they sound. Sounds normal. I'm not one of those that use those rear buttons a lot. Let me know in the comments if you do use them a lot. Over here, you got access to this, of course, like that. The sticks are actually Hall effect sticks, so you're not gonna be suffering from Nintendo or the Joy-Con drift whatsoever. That's the cool thing about it. These, like I said, I believe these are actually tactical switches, and these, the D-pad and these buttons, are actually conductive rubber buttons, so they do feel really nice when you're pressing on them. By the way, I almost forgot to mention that the C button functions just like it would function on the Joy-Cons. You just press it and it opens up Game Chat, press it again and it disappears. It just doesn't, like other controllers that sometimes they'll take you to the controller, to the home screen and go to the C button. No, it actually functions like the actual C button of any of the Pro controller or the Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch. The vibration, that's another thing that's gonna be updated. Like, for example, I don't know if I can let you hear the vibration. There you go. So like the vibration, you actually adjust it right here. You press this button right here. You press up and down to adjust a higher or lower vibration. And you can turn it off. If you don't like the vibration whatsoever, you can actually turn it off completely. I just put it up very low because this is something that they also said they're going to update on the final controller. The vibration is going to be more tuned in, and it's going to feel a lot better. The other cool thing is, because the way this is actually built, like you see here, it has the holes right here for the speakers. The Nintendo Switch speakers are actually shooting down, but this right here actually makes the sound so it can be shooting towards your face. So it's actually improving a little bit the sound, because the sound is actually going to be shooting towards your face. Let me go and show you guys here a little bit of gameplay. Yeah, fast.
This is Talking Flower, live from the stadium.
Cool.
Time's Mario! Baby Mario! The match is started. Let's see how it plays out.
So of course, when it comes to playing video games here, it actually feels really good.
Ooh, fast shot.
Yeah, let me pause it right there. Go on that. Besides that game, I've been playing a lot of Mario Tennis here. I've also been playing WWE 2K25, and like you see here in the video, the controllers actually are very responsive. I have no problem whatsoever when it comes to playing this game with these controllers, and especially when you do the counter attacks or trying to avoid getting hit or kicking out of moves and finishers, it does feel really good. Very responsive. Same thing goes with Grid Legends. I also played a lot of this game with Grid Legends. Keep in mind, I've been using this controller for almost a month already, but of course I couldn't share with you gameplay whatsoever or this controller at all before today. So yes, I've been playing a lot Grid Legends with this controller, and of course, since it feels very comfortable when you're holding it, you can play for hours and hours with this controller and not feel like any fatigue whatsoever, or the fingers hurting or palm sweaty and all of that when you're playing with this controller, because it does feel really good. So of course, this also has the 9-axis motion controls, vibration as well, not AC rumble, but it has vibration, totally adjustable, but of course you could turn them off as well. And like I said, this is not a review of this controller because there's going to be other updates before it actually releases. Now, one thing that I'm going to show you guys here, a lot of people are going to ask me if you can turn off or turn on the controllers with these buttons right here. No, you cannot, because this has no power whatsoever. So when the system is off, this is off as well. So this will have no power whatsoever. You actually have to press the button over here, and then you can see right there, it actually connects, because this is using the power of the Nintendo Switch. That's why you can't turn them on. So I did ask that question of why can't I turn on the console with the controller, and it's because of that, because when the system is off, this is off as well, and there's zero power on these controller. That's why you can't touch anything here, because nothing's gonna work. You know, it's zero power. So that's pretty cool. You can just plug and play. That's awesome. Of course, at any time you can go and switch the other controller on. The other thing, for charging, there's no problem whatsoever, because remember, this has a charger here and on the top. So what I've been doing is, it's going to show you guys, I've been using my dock right here, right? You can either use a USB-C cable and just plug it in right there, or if you have a dock like this, since I have a lot of these docks, I could just go ahead and plug like that and just charge the system. That's how I'm using the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm using this dock with this controller and charging it just like that, which of course you have. The cool thing is that you have two options. You can charge it from the top, or you could charge it from the bottom. But since we have the top one available, we charge it from the top one. And that's it. So yeah, that's how I've been charging it. But of course, if you don't have one of those chargers or docks, you could just go ahead and plug your USB-C cable right there and charge it like that. Other than that, besides this color, which looks freaking awesome because it makes it look like a GameCube style controller, it just has very cool colors all around the buttons, and this button right here, the yellow button, it just looks really cool. But if you don't like this, you can actually get them in black. If I'm not mistaken, maybe in the future there will be more colors like white, or maybe like a light blue or pink. Maybe in the future, I don't know. But of course, it all depends how successful this thing is. So if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. I'll leave links in my description so you can actually try and get these controllers if you want them. And if you have any other questions, you can ask them in the comments. Or you can, of course, through the link, you can get some questions as well. Maybe answer to you. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Abxylute N6. For me, they feel really good. I like the way the triggers feel. Everything feels really good. And I like the way the buttons feels, the D-pad feel, the Hall effect sticks feels really good. But remember, this is also going to get updated. So there's a couple things like the vibration. I think the vibration is a little bit too intense, but they did say that the vibration is actually going to get updated on the final product. The shoulder buttons, they also said that they also going to be updated so they could be a lot more silent than they are right now. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you think about these controllers. Till next time, bye bye.